Hi, my name is Denise Caldwell, and I chose my presentation on rape, a social issue. So, I just want to talk a little bit about that. It's in regards to adolescence. So, one of the questions that we have here is to identification of a social problem and a brief overview of the issue, including prevalence nationally and for your state demographic information and those impacted by this issue. Well, mine is in regards to female adolescents, and the social issue is that many of our female adolescents are being sexually assaulted and raped, and a lot of times they don't have anyone to speak to about it, or they don't talk to anyone about it for fear of being blamed. It's their fault. They should have done something different. Maybe they wore the wrong clothes. Um, they are presumed to be promiscuous and so on and so forth. However, it is an issue that I believe that is not talked about enough within our society. So, the National Violence Against Women survey found that rape is a crime committed primarily against youth. Of the women who reported being raped sometime in their lives, 21.6% were younger than the age of 12. 32.4% were younger, the age of 12 to 17. 29% were ages 18 to 24, and 16.6% were over 25 years old. Thus, 54% of women victims were under the age of 18 at the first time a rape occurred, and 83% were under the age of 25.21. So I know that, maybe these young ladies, they're too young to be married. But if you think about it, in other countries, girls are married off to older men, and I understand that's their custom. However, still, in the United States, I believe that, in some states, girls can get married at 16 years old. And then I think that some of those issues could be in regards to being raped and sexually assaulted, marital rape, which refers to forcibly sex occurring between two legally married people. We also have gang rape. Sometimes we have, young girls, they're who they are, they're having fun, going to parties and things like that. And people take them having fun, or maybe they're intoxicated, maybe there's some substance use involved, whatever the case may be. No one deserves to be raped, and they're taken advantage of. Some of our adolescents are being gang raped. Several different men attack a defenseless victim and forcibly have sex with them, and that's terrible. And I believe that some of the strategies, the problems in the future that we can respond to after it has occurred, well, for the most part, it's a very traumatic event. A lot of times people do not want to discuss the fact that they're being raped because they feel as though it's their problem. Not their problem, but they feel like it's their fault. They shouldn't have wore this, or they shouldn't have wore that. They shouldn't have trusted this person or that person, or that they were intoxicated, or they was using drugs at that particular time. And a lot of times rape victims, they feel guilty. And they have a difficult time with coming forward with that information. The other issue is unwanted pregnancies, diseases, and things of that nature, which also, culminates an issue within our society. In addition to post-traumatic stress. So we have post-traumatic stress disorder, and a lot of times, that happens with women and young girls, and sometimes they don't even know it. But evidence reveals that the possibility that the manner in which individuals cognitively and emotionally process sexual assault and sexual experiences is a contributing factor to the development and persistence of post-traumatic stress disorder. When a person processes an event such as rape or sexual assault in such a way that they recall the occurrence with a similar sense of intensity and danger that they've experienced during that act. Can you imagine? I couldn't. It's really something. So I also found this article, this young lady in Montana. Her name was Charisse Morales. She was 14 years old, and she was raped by a 49-year-old teacher. The judge gave the teacher 30 days in jail. His reasoning is that this is what it reads. It says Montana Judge G. Todd Ball described Sharice Morales, who was 14 when she was raped by a 49-year-old teacher, Stacy Rambold, as older than her chronological age, and said that she was as much in control of the situation as he. He has since apologized for his words, but apparently it didn't seem sincere. He's claiming that he's not quite sure why, what he was attempting to say. But here is a perfect example of why women do not want to come forward when they're raped or sexually assaulted. Sadly, Sharice committed suicide. So these are just some of, I just wanted to give you a brief overview. This has really touched my heart, and I think that we need to do more to advocate for victims of rape, and people should be held accountable. The other thing that I found that as well is that, you know, it's not just adolescent, even though my presentation in my paper is on adolescent females, but there's lots of people, you know, out there being victimized and raped. You know, the LGBTQ community, you know, think about those people as well. You know, so we really need to, as social workers, we really need to be sensitive to this issue. And I think that, you know, more advocacy needs to be done with regards to rape and sexual assault. So thank you very much, and enjoy your evening.